Wasn't wearing no rags. Nobody waving no flags. You ain't even got an ass. It's black on black on black on blacks. Everybody wanna play victim. Blame everything on the system. Be a sad day when it hit them. Life could have been different if you would've listened to the information that we spit. Take it, keep it, chew it for a bit. Hold your head up, brother, never quit. Self-accountability, that's it. That'll get you all to the top. Then you really ball till you drop. Economic growth, man, I'm here to stir the pot. Say you wanna hear the truth, so I put it in a beat. Changing the culture every day of the week. Right now it's more like a vulture. Only prey on the weak, but we are here to expose ya. Going down as I speak. No excuses, can't refuse this honesty that we seek. Y'all be like, facts are racist. Why y'all say this? You know it's true. Y'all just hate it. Facts are racist. Why y'all say this? You know it's true. Y'all just hate it.
13-year-old girls twerking on TikTok. You saying he just wanna learn how to crip walk. If you ain't talking about sex, then kick rocks. All they care about is chains and the wrist. Watch the goddess change. This is something only God can change. Don't get mad at me when I complain about how 4 and 5 black women are beasts. Half of the murders us killing in the streets. Almost half of abortions too. This a rap verse, but this is a warning too. And go against God like there's nothing more to do. But y'all don't care. Y'all just really want a voice that's new. Wanna gang bang, do drugs, wish drugs all above. Sell drugs till you in the jail cell, not a club. Now another single mother, cause we lost another brother. Sold to an undercover. Kids gotta raise each other. This what you want for the future? Or are you trying to look cool on computers? Claim you a king, but blame the white man. When something bad happens, you feel like a loser. And keep voting the same way. Cause your parents did it too. Truth is your parents are ignorant too. And politicians know it, so now they got you.
We changing the culture every day of the week. Right now it's more like a vulture. Only prey on the weak, but we are here to expose ya. Going down as I speak. No excuses, can't refuse this honesty that we seek. Y'all be like, facts are racist. Why y'all say this? You know it's true. Y'all just hate it. Facts are racist. Why y'all say this? You know it's true. Y'all just hate it. Catch me walking through your hood just like I'm Kimberly Classic. It's time to face it, we fighting now for the next generation. Stop being basic, we at war, battle for all creation. The truth can align with any lie, no matter how you would place it. The son of man's like scatter flock, the kids people like pass a lot. Who preach the truth with no mask and not spread fear and hate for an aftershock. Millions lost cause the faith is shook, the pandemic threw a major hook. Just like the punch that Nader took, the sound alone is what made you look. For a place you can run to, safe from devils that will hunt you. Say you're not ready, but he's on you. So please shine bright like the sun do. Ooh, wondering why many churches are closed. Illiberal policies going unopposed. Stand up in faith and abandon he goes. On progress I'm working, but he already knows.
I can't find the words to say what I feel, what I discern. When the devil tries to persuade me, God will work wonders. When I can't find the words to say what
Welcome to Plausible Foolishness. I am one of the two kings of the Rube Empire. The Philosopher King. The Ivory Tower.
An ivory tower.
You know it. The Mad Scientist, Matt. And I've got a perspective on things. With
Yeah,
me,
you do.
the right hand of the kings, the producer.
Dusty.
No. The kick-ass Duke.
Oh, no.
Dusty.
Come on. Hello, Matt. How are you tonight? Are you ready to get your head absolutely just what the
Well,
why?
it's already gone. Yeah, it's already gone.
Why?
I'm to quote Glenn Beck, I'm bleeding from the eyes. Um, the rage is just boiling through me, and the Emperor is calling me to strike at him with everything that I have, and my transformation to the dark side will be complete. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, 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 yes. Well, let's start off with the first thing. It's cold in Florida. Like
Yeah.
seriously cold. If it gets
Yes.
any colder, we will have snow outside because it's raining and it's only a few degrees above freezing down here.
Is it? I guess now that it's nighttime, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The other day, the ground was completely frozen. I was really surprised we didn't have flurries. So,
My my wife told me that because just about every woman that she knows was out in the cold taking pictures and posting those pictures on Instagram and then complaining about how cold it was. And she's just like, "You idiots. This, we didn't need these pictures. You didn't have to do that.
yeah.
Why are you complaining about it's cold when you could have just stayed inside, you morons?" Anyway.
Anyways, so that just kind of tops us off just to get us get our feet
But I
wet a
love it.
little bit.
I think it's great.
You're weird.
I was walking around outside today in my thick jacket and my shorts and flip flops and loving life. But that's just me. Um, I'm sure the people in Ohio and the north and our friends in the north are going, you complete jackasses. You
Oh
don't
yeah.
know what cold is.
Yeah,
And you're
we
from Indiana, so
well, here's the thing. It's a different kind of cold that you really have to understand. There's cold up north and it's cold. No doubt, no joke. It is very cold.
mhm,
But then you have Florida, which has 90% to 100% humidity all the time.
mhm,
So every degree of change, we feel drastically. We almost take a shower going outside, just
yeah.
walking with no
Yeah, it was
rain.
raining all day and in the 50s, and it can be unpleasant for sure.
It is very, very cold because you feel it more. And so the more temperature variation, the more you feel. And
Yep.
so it feels colder because of the
Oh,
higher humidity.
and it's the same during the summer when it's 90 to 100% humidity and it's 96 degrees outside,
And it
and
feels like 105.
it feels like you're walking through warm jello just stepping outside.
Yep. So
It's disgusting. It's awful.
it's
You sweat instantly. It's the worst.
but because we have to deal with short bursts like that, then we get to deal with the absolutely gorgeous 72 sunny more often than anywhere else on the planet.
Mhm.
So it's one of these things where that's bad, but you know what? When it's good, it is great.
Yep. Yeah,
So,
I guess.
how angry do you want me to start off?
Oh, I mean,
Shall I start with something small?
yeah, you can do that. We'll
All
ease
right.
into it.
All right. We'll just kind of slide into this. So, Wisconsin, wonderful state of Wisconsin, great cheese. Um, been there several times. Love Boundary Waters. Did a vacation up there for an entire week. Absolutely gorgeous. Um, so there were 7 people there that they found a better job at a hospital. They were working at one, found a better job at another one, better benefits, better hours, better pay.
Mhm.
Um, they go to do the exit interview with the hospital saying, "Hey, we're done. We quit, blah, blah, blah." They go, "Oh, okay. Where are you going?" "Oh, I found a better job over here." "You can't go there." "Yeah, I can. I'm going to go work for them because they're paying me this much more." "No, you can't work for them." "Well, are you going to pay me more?" "No, we're not going to pay you more, but you can't go work there." "Yeah,
Says
I
who?
can," says this other hospital. the one that they were quitting.
You have no right to say that.
Thedicare. Thedicare is the name of the hospital.
This is America, and I can go work wherever I damn well please.
So the Thedicare goes and sues these employees. And the courts side with Thedicare. So they had to leave that hospital, go back to the previous job where they're not getting paid as much, they're being overworked, and Thedicare's plea to the courts was, if these people leave, we are going to have diminished care for all these people.
Then hire new people.
That's not their problem. That's not their problem. That's not those people that are quitting's problem.
It isn't.
If they can't match the pay, then they can leave. It is America, people. This is not.
That's disgusting. No,
this
we don't live in America anymore.
We do not live in the United States. Apparently, the Constitution has been absolutely shredded and burned.
There are some states in this union.
We have no liberty.
There are some states in this union in which it's no longer America. Just plain and simple. If you live in California, apparently now in Wisconsin, if you live in New York City, New York State, you don't live in America anymore. Chicago, that's not America. Oregon, Washington, none of these places are America anymore. If that is possible, that's so egregious. That's so infuriating.
So that happened.
Where do they get off?
And the hospital.
And
the
you know what this is? What that?
Because of the collective.
Yeah, this is the greater good at play. Well, yeah. we have to side with this company because of the greater good of the care of the people in this hospital. Wait a second.
Yeah.
The hospital doesn't have any means to rectify that situation, despite us leaving? Bullcrap, they don't.
Right?
They can pay people more. They can hire other people.
Just charge insurance companies more money. I mean, come on. Or charge us more money, because that's what they're going to do anyways.
Yeah.
So their Thedicare said in their exact words was, because of the collective resignation of these 7 workers.
7 people. 7 people are going to destroy the amount of the
it would cripple
God
the ability to treat patients during some of the worst days of the COVID-19 pandemic.
I wouldn't go to work. I would show up to work at the other hospital every day. And they can go
and stand there.
Can go
I would go there and stand there and go,
I'm here to work.
And stand there.
But the court said that you had to work at the other. Yeah, I don't care. They can't tell me to do that. It's completely unconstitutional. So, I do not
One of the people said that the new job would have been absolutely life-changing for them. The opportunity was one of a lifetime. And the fact that she can't go down that road.
No, you can go down that road. It might lead to you being imprisoned or something, but it's darn sure worth it.
The good news is that a higher court immediately overturned the lower court's decision. And on Tuesday, the restraining order was lifted.
So they had a they had a restraining order from going to work at the other hospital.
Correct.
How in God's name can one party create a restraining order that prohibits another party from being close to a third party? The third party should be the only one who can make their restraining order, except in situations where, like, you know, like I don't know.
I've actually had to get a restraining order against a neighbor.
Well, like a gosh, you know, when you're there, when you handle all of their legal business, what is that called?
Correct.
No,
An NDA?
That's a non-disclosure agreement.
Non-disclosure?
No, like this person is not well enough to take care of their own, and so you have to take over for them.
Got it.
You know,
Okay.
I can't remember what that's called.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was just not coming to me.
So the judge essentially says medical staff are in an unenviable position of being both workers and pieces of critical infrastructure.
Wrong.
Two things.
Wrong.
Diametrically opposed.
Wrong.
Which is completely wrong. They have civil liberty to be able to choose what they want to do.
If they quit to be
just because,
like, that's, if you say that, then even if they weren't going to another hospital, if they were going to become a welder,
yeah,
no, you can't do that.
No, you can't do that.
That is freaking centralized planning, communist garbage.
Oh God, yeah. Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah. It's
who is this a-hole judge, and why has he not gotten disbarred?
Thank you. That happened on Friday, by the way. And
so
it got overturned on Tuesday. It was a short one because it happened on Friday and was overturned on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So it literally took 2 business days for that to go.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So at least there's some there's some justice in Wisconsin, but that I'm saying that was a small time rage story. All right, let's go.
That's just a small time rage.
Let's
go. So the next story is one that absolutely everybody has heard. MSNBC, Fox News, it doesn't matter which side or which news network you have, they have covered it because it is such a faux pas and so unpresidential, unpresidential that everybody can't ignore it. Biden gave a press conference, his second in almost a year and a half?
His second press conference?
A year. His second press conference in a year.
Really?
Where it's just him. Just him.
Okay.
Yep. He's done others where other people have spoke with him and whatnot, but this is the second one where it's just been him.
Okay.
And a Fox representative,
Ducey, right?
Kind of, kind of gave it to him a little bit in talking about inflation, how it's the highest it's ever been in like 55 years.
Yeah.
And
cost of living is going up like crazy, and
cost of living
wages are staying stagnant.
Is higher than it's ever been. The stock market is just going insane.
So is
1,000-point crash. Yesterday.
So is the crypto market, which is interesting because usually when the stock market drops, the cryptocurrency market goes up. But it seems like
they went up $3,000.
Well, but like
Bitcoin did anyway.
Yeah, but it dropped to like 30,000.
Yeah, it dropped down to 30,000, then jumped back up to 36.
Okay, but so what? It was at 60. You know.
Good point.
Ethereum's like basically been cut in half. It was at 4,000 and now it's at 2,000 something. You know.
Yeah. It's just the market is going absolutely insane.
It must be that people are pulling money out because they can't afford to stay living.
Could be. That could very well be. So anyways, so this Fox reporter kind of gives it to Biden, and instead of throwing him softballs like he's used to, and also the pre-planned questions that were supposed to be asked of him, because he
gross.
can't answer anything that's not pre-planned.
Clearly he can't. Yeah, continue.
Yeah. So Fox kind of throws that hard ball at him, and he. So they're clearing out the newsroom after the press conference, and Biden has a wonderful thing to say to him. And hold on, let me look up the exact quote because I don't want to screw this up. I'll do that if I don't have the wording right in front of me. Okay. So, so Peter Doocy revealed that Biden had called him, "It's nothing personal, pal," after a presidential was caught on a hot mic and said, "Stupid son of a biscuit eater," on a hot mic that he didn't realize was hot, because Peter Doocy asked him a very tough question that wasn't on the list.
And when you say biscuit eater, you really mean...
Oh, I mean bitch.
Yeah. Okay. Which with a B.
So, yeah.
A female dog.
I mean bitch. Oh, yeah.
Classy.
So, presidential.
Yeah.
I mean, bringing class to the president's office.
Yeah. He brought presidentiality back to the office after Trump clearly destroyed it. I mean, Trump was
clearly.
Trump wasn't presidential. But I mean, I want to push back on what does presidential mean? And why do we think it's something that they need to be? I mean, obviously the guys...
Tough on our foreign enemies.
Well, sure.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know, not inviting a certain person into sticking his into Ukraine.
Yeah. Well, and so Trump was that. So I think that's a good quality for a president, sure.
I think so.
But like, there's this notion of like regality, this notion of upper class statesman, persona that a president must be, and I'm sick of it.
Oh yeah.
Frankly, because it's not real. Do you really think that
perception.
Obama never called his opposition things like that?
He just
didn't do it on the mic like a moron,
Yeah, I'm just picturing that mother.
Yeah, absolutely. He did, and so did Reagan, and so did everybody
does.
Sure. So that air, that statesman, elite, upper class, persona is garbage. And I'm glad that Trump threw it in the trash can. And frankly, like I don't think it's cool. Like, it's like, okay, so I
don't like the way he acted all the time.
I'm of two minds on this. Okay.
Okay.
So, civility is a good thing. Right?
Yes. Agreed.
Having civil discussions is good.
Yes. Completely agree with that.
But putting on airs, wearing a mask while holding a knife behind your back is bad. So,
yes.
I guess what I'm saying is I want honest people to be politicians, which is laughable. We're never going to have that. So, since we're never going to have that, what Trump was, I think, is preferable to what an Obama is.
I'd rather have somebody who's not afraid to carry a big stick.
Sure. Oh yeah, definitely. But I'm talking about in the way that they relate to their opposition.
Exactly. That's exactly
Okay.
what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
He didn't speak softly, but he always carried that big stick,
True.
and he was never afraid to
True.
use it.
And
So
Biden also doesn't speak. Well, he does
he just
speak softly, but that's just because he's, um,
putting his foot in his mouth usually.
well, and he's, ancient.
He's
So
he's also choking on his ankle because he's put his foot so far in his mouth.
he's also ancient, so he can barely muster the strength to vibrate his vocal cords that much. But
Hello, cadaver.
But he definitely says, he I mean that what we would consider unpresidential, that was that comment to Peter
That would
Ducey,
be him.
And like, am I outraged by it? No, because it's not. I mean, we know,
But it's just okay. First off, I don't care so much about it, but at the same time I'm just disappointed. So I'm like, you could at least wait till the mic is off. I mean, just yet one more example
filter.
of gaffe that is Biden.
He has dementia, and people with dementia don't have
zero
their
filter.
filters are crumbling, and their emotional control is crumbling. So he gets angry easily
and quickly.
And then doesn't stop himself from saying the things that he thinks.
Yep. Now, here's my question for you. In the first year that he was president, he had 4 press conferences by himself talking about, hey, this is what's going on. Hey, this is what's going on. I'm talking about this. 4 of them, not including the State of the Union address. Right?
Yeah.
This is Biden's second, and dear Lord, is it a softball game? No, it's not even a softball. This is t-ball.
It's wiffle ball.
Yeah, it is wiffle ball. It's okay. Are you ready? Here you go. I'm gonna drop it. Okay, there you go.
Ah, you hit it. Good job.
Yay. It went 3 feet.
Good job, buddy. Good job. No, don't run that way. No, not that way. You need to run this way. That's a good boy. Oh, wasn't that fun?
He's cutting across from first to third. Oh, you forgot second. Okay, you're fine.
Oh, he's so cute.
So, anyways, are you ready for the next one?
Yeah, hit me with it.
Because the hits keep coming. I mean, they really do keep coming. I'm going to save this one for last. That one's going to save for last. This next one. All right. So we have Russia. And they have close to 97,000 troops sitting on the border.
97,000?
They have almost 97,000.
Wow.
They pulled a big portion of that and moved them a little bit farther south.
Okay.
So they're literally just primed and ready to go. They also have 500 tanks ready to roll, and a nuclear-armed plane was spotted flying over Ukraine.
A nuclear-armed plane?
Correct.
Like a plane armed with nuclear bombs?
Yes.
Where did you hear that? Who was reporting that?
That was on OAN. That was on Newsmax, Fox, and CNN had to pick up the story after all of those dropped it.
Wow.
So it was one of those.
Wow.
Oh crap. Yeah.
Okay.
That's Russia said it was just off course.
Sure.
Sure.
Cool.
And we dropped off several $1 million worth of ordnance for Ukraine.
Okay.
We have 8,500 troops. 8,500 troops on high alert status.
So like in regional bases in the area?
Yeah.
Okay.
8,500. First question for you. I'm of a mind that why are we defending Ukraine?
Because the globalists want to make
They're
money.
they're not even an ally of ours.
It's true. We have no alliance with them formally, right?
They have petitioned NATO
Sure, and been
to
declined.
become an ally. They were declined because of Russia.
Because of Russia. How is Russia a part of NATO? How? How is China a part of NATO?
No
They're
clue.
not in the freaking Atlantic. This is...
If anything, they're part of their own Warsaw Pact.
I mean,
so
if you don't believe in a globalist elite running the show, just answer this one question. How is Russia and China a part of any influence in the North Atlantic Treaty Organization?
No idea. No idea. So now, do I think Russia needs, or do I think it would be a good thing if Russia invaded Ukraine? Absolutely not. I think it would be destabilizing for that entire region for Russia to invade Ukraine.
Yeah, and there's like resources there that they need, right?
Massive resources that they really, really want. There's one of the largest shipbuilding facilities is in Ukraine that Russia or the Soviet Union lost when it
fell apart,
disbanded into the multiple states. And ever since then, they've wanted that back because they have not been able to build the larger ships that they want, like the aircraft carriers that they want to build but can't.
Okay.
Because they don't have the shipyards for it. And some of the oil pipelines that run through Ukraine, they want those.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that would help Russia greatly become even more powerful and influential, which I don't think would be a good thing.
No, definitely not. And just consider this. They acquired the Ukraine. They get access to those pipelines. Does that? I don't know if it does, but speculatively, does that put into question the supremacy of the U.S. dollar as the petrodollar? Would it be possible then somehow for Russia to start selling oil sans, without using the dollar, the U.S. dollar? And if they do start doing that, does that start, yet another war for us?
Exactly. Well, with the abysmal, absolute, I cannot emphasize enough how horrible job was done pulling out of Afghanistan.
Oh, by the way, there's still Americans stranded in Afghanistan. Still.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know if they're still alive, but their bodies are still there.
Yeah.
Are we at war with anyone?
See, Afghanistan.
I don't believe we are.
I mean, we're still operating in Iraq, aren't we?
No, Trump pulled us out of Iraq And you
Did
notice
he?
they didn't invade. We still have troops there, support troops, things like that, but we're no longer active in Iraq.
Well, ISIS is pretty much squashed, but I think we still have a presence there, so we're not fully out. So technically, we're still in some kind of war-like situation. We're still nation building in Iraq, at least.
Yeah, I'll go with that. We're still nation building in Iraq. Okay. But as far as everywhere else, we don't have anything. And the only thing that can really help Biden at all at this point is we need to go to war.
Except that I feel like the attitude of most of America is no more wars.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, especially on the
We're
right.
on
The right has become like, we're done with wars.
Well, okay.
But then there's
After
the
the
neocons.
absolute abysmal handling of Afghanistan, why would we want to?
After the abysmal handling on Iraq, on Libya, Syria, everything that's been going on,
Go down the list.
you know, all of it's been garbage, and we've been in this war for over like, we've been in Iraq for more than a decade, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. 20 years.
Yeah.
20 years as of this year.
Gorgo.
Okay. Cool.
Gorgo the Op Blasterslat. Welcome.
Sovereign citizenship.
Welcome to the Rube Empire. The home of sovereign citizenship. So, there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But my thing is this. Okay. I don't mind we help them out, give them humanitarian aid, whatever we need to do to, help Ukraine be as independent as they can. Because if Russia takes over, they lose all independence, which I think is a tragedy.
For sure.
But at the same time, we should not be fighting that war for them, because then we're directly fighting Russia.
And you know that nobody else in NATO is going to lift a finger. Australia.
Yeah, Italy's going to step up and go, hey, let me help you. And Australia is still going, no, my people are locked down. They can't come. Can't come. Nope.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Is Australia part of NATO? I mean, they shouldn't be, because they're in the Pacific. But
they are.
Yeah, I guess because they're commonwealths of Great Britain. So, Australia is usually the first to join up with whatever we do militarily. And
yeah, but they got their entire thing on lockdown.
I know.
Their entire country.
I know.
So they can't go more than 5 miles out of their area.
Yeah, but I think that their military, I mean, they would send some military probably. Because
I'm sorry.
They're
kilometers.
Because they're they're bloodthirsty globalists as well. So, no biggie. But yeah, we shouldn't be. Now the real question. See, yes, we shouldn't engage. We shouldn't be fighting directly.
No.
We should have never let the conditions grow to the point where this would even be an idea that Putin has,
Okay. Did Putin ever even consider trying to do anything like this until there?
No. I mean, yes, he considered it. We saw it under the Obama administration. They had that invasion of the Ukraine.
Yep.
And then Trump.
Yep.
And radio silence. And then Biden again.
And then all of a sudden he pulled back hard.
And then Biden again, and here we are, right back at it.
And 97,000 troops. Have you ever seen 97,000 people in one place?
No, I have not.
I've been to a couple of football games where it's been 60,000, 65,000.
Crazy.
I've been to a couple of Indianapolis 500s where it's been 140,000. Yeah, that is a lot of people.
Yeah, it is.
The amount, the sea of humanity that just to make that happen is insane.
Yeah. And the logistics of it all.
So
of keeping them fed and armed and yeah, it's quite the
and undertaking.
Yeah.
And he's got 97,000 of them in one place. Well, spread out, but still in one area, ready to invade a neighboring country.
Yep.
That's some serious, but it's just an exercise.
Complete garbage.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
totally.
This is no different than what China did with Hong Kong, you know? Except that they didn't have to take them over. Great Britain just handed it to them. And then once they were already a part of China, they they stormed in and took over their central council or whatever. Their legislature, and they locked them down even tighter. Oh gosh, all of this is garbage. We didn't do anything to help Hong Kong. We're doing a little something to help, but then it might end up being too much, where we're in another war directly with Russia.
We gave them $85 million worth of supplies. I mean, we did give, several $100 million worth of stuff to Afghani troops. I thought it was billions that we left behind. It worked out so well.
I thought,
$8 billion.
Yeah.
And we're just arming the world. That's what we do. That's what we're going to do now is arm the world.
Well, we got to keep them buying from us, or else because we don't. Weapons is pretty much all we produce. I mean, that's our. What else do we export?
Well, we do no. Well, we do no.
There are some cars that are produced in America. Some cars, and then when you look around the world, you realize most of the world wasn't built for cars. So we're the only ones buying the cars that were made in America.
Pretty much. Well, because we build cars bigger.
Well, we have the room for them.
No, bigger than anywhere else.
We're the only ones who have the room for them because we weren't built in the 1200s, you know?
Can you imagine if you bought a Tahoe in England?
Yeah, right.
I just imagine a Tahoe trying to drive around London. Excuse me, pardon me.
First of all, whoever's driving that
right?
would be driving the wrong way. And then it would be like Monster Jam. That's a bumpy road.
So anyway,
those are cars. Oh, my bad.
We still have one more to get to, so let me get on track here. We're almost done for the night. We got one more story that is a outrageous story. So Florida has had absolutely great COVID numbers lately.
For sure.
And a lot of it has to do with our monoclonal antibody treatments. And I said it right. I've been screwing that up all night long, so I'm happy I said that right. I'm not going to say it again because I'll screw it up.
You're a real pro.
But but it's been absolutely groundbreaking and changed all of our COVID because of our treatments.
I keep repeating this, but it's one of the good things that actually came out of Operation Warp Speed.
Correct.
So, I mean, this is kind of a relatively new invention. Relatively.
Correct. It is very new. It seems to be working very well. If you feel the symptoms, you test positive, you immediately go get the treatment, and more often than not, I think it's somewhere around 98 to 99% of the time, it is a very mild illness.
Early treatment is
It's
about
less.
not having to go to the hospital. And this
Correct.
entire time, both administrations have not been focusing on that. Dr. Fauci was
Correct.
not focusing on that. The medical teams, Operation Warp Speed, none of them were doing early treatment trials to determine what might be an effective early treatment to keep people out of the hospital. It was always what to do once they get to the hospital and then push the vaccines.
And so the treatments that they found in the hospital don't work well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, by
I
that
will
time,
say that from
by that
experience.
time you're hurting for certain.
Correct. And the treatments that they have are highly ineffective. The moment they put a tube down your throat, you might as well call it quits, because the death rate after that is incredibly high. So the goal is to stop everything before that point. So why wasn't there more testing done? There's been lots of anecdotal evidence that have not been tested on different drugs and treatments, such as the drug for malaria, which is also a respiratory disease that was highly successful and incredibly cheap. But
that's the operative word, my friend. That's the word of the day.
Yeah. Did we just go into Pee-wee's Playhouse? Okay.
American institution, my friend.
So we don't have any real treatments other than this monoclonal antibody.
And a couple of antivirals that are no longer allowed to be even talked about.
Correct. The couple of pills that Pfizer made that is supposedly very good at preventing
those
illness.
But there's remdesivir and all that stuff. I'm talking about, the H word and the I word. And other things, actually.
So you'd think that we'd continue to do this antibody treatment throughout the entire country to help people survive this horrendous illness that is ravishing the unvaccinated. Not true.
Yeah, exactly. The unvaccinated at this point have most likely have natural immunity.
Yes. So on Monday, the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, was nice enough to bar healthcare providers from using two monoclonal antibody therapies that have been in Central Florida's efforts. They're essentially the linchpin of Central Florida's early treatment therapies.
My brother got them when he got it.
The FDA is saying that they're not as effective against Omicron.
Experts say.
That's what the FDA says.
Yeah.
And to that, I say, screw that. There are more than just the Omicron out there, and they're highly effective against the others. So what if it's
Omicron's
maybe
not that
50%
deadly?
as effective?
So who gives a crap?
Yeah. So what if it's 50% less effective?
Omicron's 50% less effective at killing you. So who gives a crap?
So that would still be a good thing.
And that isn't a real number,
absolutely
obviously. I don't know what the percentage of
banned
is for Omicron, but whatever. So
banned essentially all of this monoclonal antibodies in Florida.
The Biden FDA did.
The
Biden's
FDA.
FDA.
Yeah. Biden's FDA, because it's minusculely.
No. You're phrasing it wrong.
Okay.
They didn't ban it in Florida. They banned the use of these things, of these particular monoclonal treatments, right?
Which are used in
Which are
Florida.
the ones that are used in Florida. You see,
Correct.
It's not that they banned monoclonal antibodies altogether. There's other versions. They just banned.
But you can't get them in
They
Florida.
just banned the ones that we can use in Florida. You see?
Yes.
It has nothing to do with this. Has nothing to do with the effectiveness of these treatments.
No.
Or the safety. This has nothing to do with safety protocols or anything like that. This is about Florida's numbers being too good. And
Yes.
this is about forcing people into these vaccines. This
Which
is
don't work.
about control. It has absolutely nothing to do with anything else. And if YouTube wants to claim that this is medical misinformation, they can cram it so far up their butts. I don't care.
Well, they're going to have to talk to the Tampa Times, which is owned by the New York Times, about that, because this is where I'm getting all this information from. So if you want to check the sources, Tampa Bay Times.
Yes.
There you go. So
they're scum. They're absolute scum. So they don't care about the survival rates. They only care about pushing this vaccine on us. And that makes me wonder 100% why. Why do they want to do this? What is the purpose?
To boost Florida's death rate or infection rate?
No, I'm saying why do they want us to get the jab?
Hospitalizations?
Why do they want us to get the jab so badly? So badly that they would do this?
Because hospitalizations are down, and so are the death rates.
Yeah, that's not a reason why to push the mandate, to push the vaccine. That would be the opposite reason.
I don't know, but the FDA did that Monday morning at 6:04 a.m. So 6:04 a.m. The FDA bans these two treatments that are used in Florida, and hundreds of sites that give these out had to cancel all of their appointments because they were not allowed to give out the monoclonal antibody treatments that they had and still have that are effective, but they can't do it because the FDA said, no.
I would keep doing it. I would have kept doing it.
So
I think all those sites.
Is it because?
I think all those sites. Why are we listening to them anymore? Why are we listening to them anymore? All those sites should have kept operating. Should have said, no, we're not doing that because we care about our patients.
Yeah.
We want to help them. This stuff helps them. But I'm speaking for people that I don't know, so they may not care. It may just be purely a business decision. And so they're like, okay, well, this is going to affect our business if we keep doing this. I mean, it's already affecting our business because we can't keep these appointments and make money. But, getting thrown in jail will make making money even harder. But
see, I don't understand this because the two companies that make these antibody treatments say that this treatment does not recognize the Omicron variant. But if it does recognize Delta and the original, I'd really like to know, if I went to the doctor, if I tested positive, went there, I went, "What variant do I have?" "Oh, I don't know. What symptoms do you have?" That the only way they can tell? Or do they have to draw blood and, it looks like this? Yeah, the type of equipment you have to have in order to see a virus? Anyways, that just it's so many different things that just go, what
Yeah.
the? Why?
I'll tell you why.
Why?
I'll tell you exactly why. And this will
Just
be my
why?
final thought.
Okay.
There's more to this vaccine than meets the eye. There's some end, some evil end that that they want to put out there. And it may not even be something in the vaccine. It may just be the elimination of their opposition. Because people like us, who think like us, will oppose, this evil. And then
Mhm.
with the fear that they've generated, they can use that against us, So it doesn't
Okay.
have to be some kind of, weird thing in the vaccine that sterilizes us or is a precursor to
Yeah.
some other thing that's going to come down the road. It can just be that they build up a minority of principled opposition and then turn the public against them through fear tactics. It can be that simple.
Okay. I can see that.
It's the only thing that I can think of. They'll kill as many people as they need
I
to secure their wealth and their power. We know this.
I just don't I don't see the end game in this other than uh
They want they
I don't see the end game in vaccinating people to the point to where we don't know the long-term outcome of this. Take for example back in the 70s when they were doing um was it swine flu, I think it
Mhm.
was, that they had the vaccine, and come to find out the vaccine was um, caused all different types of cancers, and it was bad. It was really really
Mm.
bad, but they were pushing this vaccine hard back in '70s.
Yep.
What's to say that's not going to happen again? So, I don't know. I don't know what the end game is. It's I hope it's not that bad, but I'm worried that it will
Yeah.
be.
Well, yeah, that could very well happen. With all this talk about the spike proteins and stuff like that, and the spike proteins are the if you look at the ball, the images, all those protuberances that are surrounding the
Hmm.
ball, those are the spike proteins. That's where the connections happen, and if the connection doesn't happen properly, they break off, and then your body can start producing them as well. If you
Gotcha.
watch the doctors on Joe Rogan, you'll get all that information and then sometimes 1,000. It's I think it's
it's
if you haven't listened to it, listen to it. It's very very important that you do.
there's a lot of really cool and interesting stuff in those
Yeah,
interviews,
and
and a lot of questions that are raised.
a lot of questions that are raised and a lot of stuff that just makes you it's just gonna make you angry because it's all bullcrap. This whole everything that we've been through in the past 2 years is all bullcrap, all of it.
Yeah.
And but you say you can't see an end game, but the end game isn't medical. The end game is for us to be like Israel, you know, 90+% compliant, Australia under complete control. with only a small minority protesting and then just getting assaulted by the police, you know, for us to be Canada, or although what the truckers are doing in Canada is awesome. It's
Yeah,
so freaking cool.
that was pretty awesome.
They're still doing it, man, from what I understand.
Yeah? Nice.
So, God bless them. Pray for them. And pray for our country. Pray for the world. Because this stuff has happened everywhere. Austria, Germany, France.
Italy.
Italy. But Italy's like 90% compliant with this stuff. They just want a compliant,
Exactly.
docile, obedient sheep population.
Mass.
That's the end game.
Well, as long as I draw breath, that's not
Nope,
me.
Same here. Same here.
So I actually have 4 more stories, but I'm going to save those for
All right.
tomorrow. So come back tomorrow and get your outrage on,
Woo, 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 woo.
because there's more coming. And dear Lord, I could not believe this weekend. I've been in I've been in a rage fest this entire weekend.
Yeah,
Just
you're
going nuts
so
with
angry
this
you can't
stuff.
even speak properly.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to talk like Biden. Yeah.
Rage dementia. It's the worst. All right, dude.
Anyways,
On that note, you've been watching Plausible Foolishness, the home of the Rube Empire, where the people are free, the taxes are voluntary, and we serve freshly roasted liberal logic every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday right at 9:30 p.m. right here on twitch.tv/Plausible Foolishness, YouTube, Facebook Live, Rumble, anywhere you can get a podcast.